So I'm CIO for Global Banking Markets, so that's essentially a wholesale division of the bank. And we support two different types of customers really, very big corporations and financial institutions, so insurance funds, hedge funds, those sorts of organisations. And we help them with all manner of financing to run their businesses. Continuous improvement is really a key thing that certainly we've been about while I've been in the seat as CIO for Global Banking and Markets. So we're 4 years into a massive transformation. We are continuously trying to improve everything. What does that mean? It means let's improve the customer experience. That's ultimately what we want to do. We want to make sure that the ultimate customer and our internal users have the best possible experience. And to do that, we look at everything. We look at our architecture, we look at the infrastructure that's running on, whether that's on-prem or in the cloud. We look at the methods that we use. We've been moving away from waterfall to DevOps. We look at our operating model in terms of how do we interact with the business and how we do things as a globally integrated workforce. So continuously trying to improve everything. Increasing the pace of technology change at HSBC in Global Banking and Markets has been a critical agenda item that we've been trying to adopt over the last few years. And there's a couple of reasons for it. Firstly, we want to release software much more quickly to the business. And the reason for that is we want to be much more responsive to their needs and requirements. Secondly, we think that if we release more quickly, then we release smaller. And if we release smaller, then it's safer. So we have encapsulated that in a phrase called double, halve and quarter. And every year, we try and double the number of software releases we make. And by doing that, we think that we will halve the number of critical and medium incidents that we have, and we will quarter the noise, the toil, the small incidents. And in the last 4 years, we have increased our software releases by 3.5 times, and we've reduced our number of incidents by 81%. And that is enabling us to be much more responsive to the business. So just like in our private lives, I don't want to go into a branch. I don't really want to speak to anybody in a bank, if I'm honest. I want to do it all online. Our customers are the same. The treasurer in a big corporation wants to. Why if it's a straightforward transaction or it's an activity, why not do that online? And they have very strong views about what that should look like. We're not the only bank that's trying to put our portal onto their desktop. And so they're comparing us all the time, and that is very competitive. We see cloud technology as absolutely essential, whether it be an internal cloud, where we basically virtualize our environment and we can get much higher utilization than perhaps we've had in the past. But the public cloud is the future, and I think it is very, very important to us, and we are working on that very, very strongly now. In terms of the public cloud, then we're in active participation with a number of the very big providers. We see that we will have a multi-provider solution. We already have a number of our systems in and active in the public cloud, and we see there are massive advantages to it. I think they're well understood, but in terms of capacity planning, expansion, adding additional capacity is much easier in the cloud. You as long as you're prepared to pay for it, then you can turn it on. Similarly, in terms of having to invest and buy the asset which might not be utilized all of the time, we get a much better consumption model if, for us, we run a lot of really heavy calculations overnight. the boxes might sit latent during the day. If we can just turn that on overnight and we can increase that capacity on demand, that has massive advantages for us. Yeah, it reduces cost. I think a lot of people in the recent past have been obsessed about the cost opportunity. I think it's not just about cost. I think it's about consistency, it's about that flexibility, it's about being able to spin up environments and tear them down. You can do some of those things on an internal cloud, but I think there are real advantages there.